If you've already tried YouTube Shorts and got stuck in view jail, or you're thinking of starting but don't have a clear roadmap, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you the exact system I use to make over $20,000 a month with Faceless YouTube Shorts. The same system my students use to hit their first $10,000 a month in just 90 days. If you follow these steps properly, you can easily replicate these results and hit your first $10,000 a month with YouTube Shorts. And the first step to this is niche selection. And this is pretty easy. You first want to find a YouTube channel that has 100 million or more views across their entire channel. So a way you can do this is by opening Shorts and clicking on the channel that you're interested in. Then you would go over, click more, and scroll down. Now you can see how much views they have across their entire channel. You want to see if they are consistent with uploading. So look through their shorts and try to see how often they upload, and even if they do upload often. You usually want their shorts to be hitting a minimum 100,000 views consistently. And another thing you need to check off is making sure their videos are easy to recreate and they can be outsourced. So I would take a look at their videos and make sure that there's no like face cam required. Make sure you don't have to record any of the videos manually. And also what I would check is that the work could be outsourced. So if you eventually monetize that channel, instead of you having to do all the work, you can outsource someone to edit the videos for you. So something that wouldn't be able to be outsourced, for example, would be like videos you have to record yourself or something you have to do in real life. But if it's something where you clip up, add a voiceover, add commentary, you would be able to outsource that because it's not your own work. Also, make sure it's a high demand topic, and a way you can tell is by their overall channel views and how consistent their views are. So that kind of relates to the first step. Make sure they have over 100 million views on their channel and they get 100,000 views or more consistently across every short. And again, niches you should avoid are niches where you need to record yourself, niches where you can't really be consistent. So something that takes really long, like animation, or something that just takes too much work. And real quick, guys, if you want me to teach you Faceless YouTube Shorts one-on-one and help you monetize and scale your shorts channels so it can replace your 9-to-5 or create an extra income source that pays more than a regular job, like I did with my student Caleb. He made $1,400 in his first week of monetization. And my student Jax, he made $8,000 in his second month of being monetized. And there are dozens of other. So if that's something you're interested in, then click the link in the description and fill out the form. If not, it's completely fine. Let's just get back into the video. So we just talked about niches that you should avoid, and that's something that you have to like record yourself or it's hard to create. Also, you should be avoiding oversaturated niches. This is the worst thing you can do, because if you try making shorts in a topic that everyone is uploading, there's a lot of competition and it's going to be really hard to stand out, then you're basically dooming yourself. You're not going to be able to get any views on that topic that you're uploading in. And also, you should not be starting any niches that are really hard, and you don't want to be spending all your time editing like 8 hours a day without any results. So after you have your niche figured out, after scrolling shorts and finding channels that apply with this list, next thing you're going to want to figure out is the ideation of your channel. So once you have your niche figured out using the first step, you're going to want to look at outliers on your competitors' channels. So competitors are like people who are within your niche or upload something similar within your niche. You can use vidIQ. It's simple, it's easy, and you can look for viral content. So something like vidIQ can help with this. It's an extension that you can download for free. So let's pretend that I'm doing chess content and this guy's my competition. You would just scroll through his content and you can see the views. And this tool is very good because you can just scroll through all these videos and look at the views of the channel. So once you have the extension installed and you look for viral content within your niche, you're going to want to look for things that you can improve on with those videos. So you would take their video topic, but then you would try to improve on things like editing, maybe making a stronger hook or better pacing. Basically, you're going to want to add your own angle by either improving it or by editing the video better, using a stronger hook, or just overall better script or pacing. And here are some mistakes you want to avoid. You're not going to want to copy the exact script. You're going to want to change it, because if you're copying the script, your video might get flagged or your channel will get taken down or demonetized for reused content. Also, don't copy the exact visuals. You're going to want to outsource from other people as well. So let's say you're taking the video, you're also going to want to use clips from other videos as well, not just from that video. Make sure you're not being lazy with the hook, because if you're lazy with the hook and that's something you're not even trying to improve, that's one of the most important parts of the video, because that decides if the viewer is going to stay or not. And obviously, don't make it worse than the original. Always try to add originality to the video and making it better than the original content. So once you have the niche selected, you already have the ideation of the content that you're going to be making. The next step will be getting the footage. A lot of people overcomplicate this part. It takes them hours to find footage. If you're watching this, you might even struggle with finding footage. So hear this out. I would recommend getting footage from places like YouTube or TikTok. Those are the best, because you can just search and find whatever. They have the best search engines. Something else that could be good is like Reddit or X. You can join these groups that have specific types of videos. So let's say you're in the chess niche. You would join chess groups on Reddit, or you would follow chess accounts on X, and that would start getting into your recommended. You can even do the same thing with TikTok and YouTube, but for this, I would recommend using the search tools in YouTube and TikTok. Then once you have the videos that you find on those platforms, you would just download it off of there. By the way, I do not promote downloading YouTube videos through a third-party software. And when you are looking for clips, make sure you match every sentence from your script with something visual happening on your screen. So for example, we're going to take chess for an example again. Let's say you're talking about Magnus Carlsen beating a really good player, and your script is about like moments when Magnus Carlsen beat these crazy players. You would show Magnus Carlsen playing a game of chess. You wouldn't just show like a chessboard sitting or just some random footage. You basically want to match what you're talking about. So that's what you kind of would look for when you're looking for content, is visuals that would match your script. And we're going to talk about scripting in the next part of the video, because it is very important for when you're looking for visuals, because you want that to match your script. By the way, never reuse content. So don't just take one video and make that the entire visual of your video. You're going to want to outsource for multiple videos and turn that into one video. And make sure you're using relevant clips in your videos. Like I said earlier, a big mistake people make is just adding random clips over the script of their video. So the video ends up confusing the viewer and they just swipe past. All right, the next part we are going to talk about is the scripting. This is arguably the most important part of the video, because if you mess this up, this could either make or break the video. So what I use personally is Google Docs. You can use something else like the Notes app or Microsoft Word. But basically, you open a Google Doc or a Word document and use this formula: hook, retain, reward. So you would start off the video with a statement or a question, and this would hook the viewers. Then the next part would be retaining. And retain means to retain the viewer. So you don't want to spill the entire reward of the video yet. You're going to want to save that for the end. So what you're doing in between the hook and the reward is retaining the viewer. So what you can do is tease of something happening. So let's say you make a statement in the hook. You would be like, Magnus Carlsen is the best player, right? That's a statement that you make in the hook. Then in the retaining part of the video, you would basically start a story. You would be like, he was playing a game against this player, but what you would want to avoid is saying like, and he won, because you want to reward them at the very end to explain why he's the best player. You don't want to spill that part in the retaining part of the script. So basically you would start with the hook, then you would retain them with the story part of the video. And then at the end of the story, which is the reward part, you want to reveal that at the very end. And that's when you cut off the video. And this formula is what's going to lead to higher retention. And if you guys want a breakdown of this entire formula, make sure you guys check out my video about scripting. I'll leave it down in the description. Also, I don't prefer using AI scripts for shorts. And the reason for that is they just sound very unnatural. I would definitely take the time and try to learn how to script write yourself. It'll first start off really slow. You'll feel like you're not doing a great job, but overall, it'll be a lot better, especially when you get good. And you'll end up actually getting more views overall than if you used AI. And remember, if you are getting into script writing, people will be like, oh, this is going to take so long. But scripts for shorts don't take that much time, and they can be done pretty easily. All right, so after you have your script that you make, the next part would be making the voiceover for the video. So you can either make your own voiceover or you can generate it. But obviously, I would probably recommend generating it if you don't have like a good mic or you have an accent or you don't speak very clearly, then definitely use an AI voiceover. 99% of the time, you're going to want to use that. And when you are using an AI voiceover, I would use something like 11 Labs. Make sure when you are using 11 Labs though, you find a voice from the catalog that sounds natural and human, not some generic robotic voice. Make sure you also find a voice with clear pronunciation. And when you do put your script into the AI voiceover, make sure it has proper punctuation, like periods and commas where they need to be, or even exclamation points or fully capital words just to enhance the script. Some mistakes I would avoid is talking too slow. So make sure in the editing, you speed up the voice or inside of 11 Labs, and make sure you don't want it to talk too fast. You want to find a good balance. Another mistake you want to avoid is a robotic tone. Another mistake you want to avoid is using overused voices, something that you hear across a lot of different YouTube Shorts channels, or a voice that doesn't have the best pronunciation. Make sure you find something unique and make sure you stick to it across your channel. All right, that's all for today. Now, the knowledge I've given you is more than enough to hit your first $10,000 a month with YouTube Shorts. But here's the thing, these steps aren't easy to implement on your own. And if you're working a job, you won't have tens of hours a day and months to test and fail. So if you want me to personally hold your hand and help you one-on-one to monetize and scale your YouTube Shorts channel, click the link in the description and fill out the form. It only takes a minute and my team will personally reach out to you to see if you're a good fit. And if you still have more questions about YouTube Shorts and you're wondering if this is even for you, make sure you check out this video right here on screen, which is a whole 80-minute breakdown of how to start and scale a YouTube Shorts channel.